Right, Big Show TV viewers, I have a very special day for you today. We're speaking to Ard Matthews, an icon of South African music, here on Off the Record with Tony Ridgway. Of course, Ard is the lead singer and lead guy out of Just Ginger. Ard, thanks for joining us.
Thank you, bro. Pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. So, Ard, tell me what you're doing here at Camp Hill Village today.
Well, first of all, I'm lucky to be here because we got lost on the way, obviously. That's what happens when you ask Siri where to go. Don't believe Siri. She doesn't know. She doesn't have a clue. She's not South African. No, man. I'm obviously here to support this fantastic cause, and very excited to come deliver the first time we've ever produced the new record live. We're going to be showcasing the new album live.
Wow, you're going to be doing songs from the new
Pretty
album
much
today.
70% of the set is brand new.
Very cool, yeah. I was speaking to my wife this morning about the fact that it's almost 20 years ago now that Like You Madly and those kind of anthemic songs that were all over the radio back then. Can you believe it's been 20 years?
I really can't say 20 years. That's crazy, but that's the truth. That's what it is. And yeah, you know, blink and miss it, eh? Yeah. That's how quick life is, eh?
Okay, so we've said you guys have been together for 20 years. Tell me about the dynamics of the rock and roll band. Have there been fights along the years, or have you guys all cool with each other?
No fighting, eh? We obviously love each other. We trust each other. There's no contract. There's never been a contract with us. We took a little bit of a break. I think there was maybe a little bit of weirdness because it was predominantly my call. I was just like, you know, I just want to see who we are outside of Just Ginger for a little while, and we were kind of plateauing, so it wasn't like we were on the middle of something massive and then we stopped. So it was my call, and there was a little bit of maybe internal confusion, but not long lived because we all know each other so well. And it's turned out that we all are really grateful of the fact that we did take that time out, because we now become independent people. And we bring that to Just Ginger. So we used to be quite powerful as a band, but now we're powerful because we are our own people as well. So so we've never been broken up. There's never been fighting. We haven't slept with each other's wives or anything like that yet. But the night's still young, you know what I mean?
Absolutely. Yeah, Western Cape, now anything goes. Tell me about your time that you had in the States. I mean, you guys went to LA, and I think you were there for about 8 years, was it not?
Yeah, it was 8 years. We were signed to Capitol Records, which was quite a big thing, and they got us all organized and sorted out in a big tour bus. But the sad thing about any venture abroad is if you don't get the radio love that we had so much of in South Africa, you can't sustain, you know. So we waited for 8 years for one DJ, one radio station to really pick up on a couple of songs, and the truth is it didn't happen. You know, they release 50,000 albums a month. So when your album finally comes out, it's just pushing sand into the southeaster that we have here. And so we gave it a good shot, learned a lot of things, met a lot of people, great life lessons. But I tell you what, the main thing that resounded with us before we left was that there's no place like home. This place is amazing. We have a lot of things that go on. I mean, you know, every country has a lot of challenges. We have very particular challenges, crime and corruption being one of them. But wow, I mean, just look around you, look wherever you go. It'll take you a lifetime to truly explore this place, and it is the most beautiful place.
You guys were basically in your prime when you left South Africa, and you went to the States, and you were there for 8 years, I believe. Tell us a little bit about that.
Can you believe we actually played live, eh? So without the radio live, we ended up playing all over LA, Laguna Beach, and all over America, New York, everywhere. But it was minimal. It was bread and butter stuff, you know. So it was never big. We supported some really big bands there, and yeah, it was fun.
Ard, you guys have shared the stage with a lot of rock and roll royalty. I'd like to comment on a few of the names, name drop for us, and tell us what these guys are really like.
It's surreal, but you know, all the big guys are the coolest guys, and all the young up-and-coming guys are the ones with the biggest attitudes, and it's because they have a lot to prove. I think it's just human nature, really. You know, when you got a lot to prove, you tend being a little less likable during that time. I think we were like that when we were very young, you know. And as the older you get, you realize that just try and be lacquer. In life, just be lacquer. So bands, it's been U2, Def Leppard, Counting Crows, Stevie Wonder even was amazing. The Strokes, Maroon 5. Quite a couple. I can't really remember a lot more, but it was kind of, it's been amazing.
Did you get to schmooze with some of them?
Yeah. I got to, especially the U2 guys were so chilled, you know. They were just like, they're the biggest, and they were the most mellow and very humble, very cool.
Very humble. So I've heard that about one, and the Edge, my hero as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Very cool, man. the two current exciting happenings for you. And I think
So we
we'll
have some wildlife in the background. This is Africa.
welcome to Africa.
Shooting live from the Okavango swamps.
Let's talk a little more about the new album. And you know, me, I like to tend to think that I'm a bit of a songwriter myself. So I like to speak about the process of songwriting. How did you guys go about writing the songs for the new album, and how do you go about writing songs? Are you a Bob Dylan type songwriter? Are you a Hank Williams type songwriter who writes a song in 20 minutes, or do you do a Leonard Cohen kind of thing and you know, painstakingly, you know, rewrite songs?
I don't think there's any particular one, because everything that you've mentioned I have done like that, you know, before.
Okay.
So I don't have a style.
Yeah.
The thing for me is that if I do sit down long enough with a guitar, I will inevitably write a song. And so that's just been me, you know. So I've always written the song. Most of the songs were just Ginger, and I think maybe a reason why we took so long to do another one is because I said to the guys, you know, I don't want to just be handing over songs that we all record on. We really now have to make a just Ginger album. And they're all so super talented. They're so good. They're such good songwriters in their own right. And I think they gave me the biggest compliment by kind of handing the reins over to me all these years. So it's fantastic. It's no one's fault or anything like that. It's just I had written a lot of the songs in the career going forward. So I said to the guys, come on, let's really combine. So I brought 5 existing songs to this album, which were just there anyway. And I was like, okay, let's just do it. But then now we have to sit and write songs. So we were like, well, we don't have any. I was like, well, we're in the studio, let's write a song. We wrote 6 songs in 6 days, which are like the best songs I've ever heard in my life. And it makes me want to clap them because we haven't done that. And we all want to clap ourselves because we haven't done it. And then we did one cover as well. And before we knew it, we had a 12-track record.
So your greatest influences as songwriting influences? I suppose you've been asked this many times.
No, I have. But I mean, I love Paul McCartney. I love the Beatles. Paul McCartney is sensational. I love Stevie Wonder. Love Stevie Wonder. I have his All in Love is Fair tattooed on my arm. I mean, I really, really love Stevie Wonder. And I've met him, I've performed with him, and I've seen him live with like 500 people at the House of Blues in LA, which was like a religious experience for me. I literally didn't know what to do with myself. So he's a monster for me. All those greats, you know, Dylan, Rodriguez, huge. What a great songwriter. I mean, I don't know if I fashioned myself particularly after any of them, but they would be influences.
Tell me, did Rodriguez ever get to hear your version of
very
his
much
great
so.
song?
Very much so. His sister called our record company and said, hey, by the way, Rodriguez loves your version. And I was like, well, the reason I did it is because I thought he was dead. And next minute he
Didn't
came.
we all?
Yeah, we all thought he was dead. I said, this was meant to be a tribute, not a thank you. And so next minute he came walking into our Standard Bank Arena gig, and I introduced him on stage, and I was like, that is very weird. In my mind, this was a tribute, and here you are rocking it. So he definitely heard it.
A great thrill, hey?
Very
amazing. Cool. I believe you guys are going to the UK after this.
Yeah, we've got
a big gig.
Got a little launch date for the album at Clapton Graham on the 24th of November. I don't know, Facebook page. I just sing, and I don't know dates. I think it's the 24th of November.
Well, typical artist, you know, he doesn't do the organizing, he just does.
I don't even know what. Am I at the right venue now for today? I hope I'm at the right place. Looks cool. There's sound and stuff like that going on. So yeah, end of November we'll do that, and we'll probably stop by Dubai as well on the way down, do a show there. And then we're going to have a mental December, just releasing the record around the coast and nationwide. And then next year our big focus is Europe. We have some very big contacts, and we're hoping to hit the European summer hard. That's our big focus for this year.
Do you think the music industry has changed a lot in South Africa over the last decade?
The only noticeable
goods and bads.
The only noticeable thing I can see, having been away for so long, I've got a bit of perspective, like outside perspective, is that there's a lot of talent. There's a lot of good bands. The problem is the market has gotten smaller because people are leaving the country all the time, especially the particular rock buying market. All these things. Only thing that's still thriving is Afrikaans.
Absolutely.
And maybe I was actually joking with Steve Wolfman a couple of weeks ago. I was like, dude, come on, you've got to hook a brother up. I need to get famous in this country, dude. Can I sing with you? So we were joking. Afrikaners are incredibly supportive, and I wish maybe we should just redo all our albums in Afrikaans. We'll do well. So as I say, the difference is the talent has grown and it's good. The production is amazing. it's exponential, but the market remains the same, and it's always been tiny.
We started this interview by talking about Like You Madly and you know, kind of like how have you developed the style and the sort of songwriting over the last 20 years? How would you describe it?
Again, nothing intentional, it just happened. So it's not like we had a game plan, we've got to do this, it just happened. It's become, we've got a lot of electro elements into it.
Okay.
Because we don't care, don't get me wrong, of course we care and nurture our fans and love them.
Yeah.
But we're at a stage of our lives where we really don't care about anything, to be honest. Like
Nothing to prove.
Nothing to prove, and not in a rude way. Again, you know,
Yes,
it's like
no,
we're always
absolutely.
respectful. We're super respectful. So we went into the studio and we were like, what do we feel like doing today? And the sounds that came out were nothing like what we used to produce out of fear, because we're like, well, this has to be perfect for radio, has to be a certain thing, otherwise the fans are going to hate it. We're not going to sell records. We're not going to pay rent. This time we're like, well, we're doing all of that already now. Fine. So what do we want to do? And what came as a result was something incredibly fresh. We got quite electro on it, and then we got some Depeche Mode stuff on there, a lot of electro elements.
Yes.
But you know, at the core of it, it's always songwriting. It's always big choruses for us. That's how we roll.
No, absolutely.
But I think it's very fresh.
And of course, the rock element you will never lose because
rock
I mean,
element
rock
we
and
won't
roll
lose.
will never die. Hey?
Well, it is dead, but we're gonna keep flying the flag.
I'm sorry. You know, being an old rock and roller myself. Have you heard the new Keith Richard album?
I haven't, but I've heard it's quite fun.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing. Or 2016. What's up with Just Ginger in 2016? Are you going to do another solo album?
I do, yeah. Well, this whole Just Ginger album actually completely interrupted what I was in the middle of.
Okay.
I had such a nice little solo record going, and then these idiots made me record another thing. But it's finished, and I will be finishing it. The album is almost ready, but it'll probably only come out early next year. And then all we want to do is we want to travel internationally. We have to travel Europe hard. I want to tour it hard. Australia, we've got a good opportunity there. And I want this album to be heard by the world. And then what we're going to do is we're going to do it again. And we're going to do it again, and we're going to do it again, and then we'll be dead.
Well, I'll tell you one thing, Big Shot TV are behind you all the way.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for speaking to us today.
What a pleasure.
Have a blast on stage there.
Shots.
Enjoy Cape Town.
Thank you.
And enjoy Clapham in London.
Yeah,
and
bro.
go big on this new album, dude.
Why not, bro? Why not? It's going to be fun. I hope you guys enjoy the new stuff.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for your time, bro.
Thanks,
Appreciate it, bro. Cool, man.
Big Shot TV. Till next time, I'm Tony Ridgway signing off. See you guys.